So if you are an empath, a coach, a healer, somebody who really wants to be visible, but you are struggling with the confidence to be visible, I highly, highly suggest tuning into what I'm about to share with you because there is something so incredibly powerful that I have just realized that is a fast track to confidence. So, on this channel, I share a lot about nervous system regulation, tools to really expand your frequency and your energy so that you can bring your gifts into the world with confidence. However, something just happened, and like a light switch, I've realized that, oh my God, there is something so simple that it can skyrocket your confidence in a way that is incredibly joyful and have you be visible in a completely new way, okay? Or just start being visible in a really powerful way. I have a membership, and in the membership, out of nowhere, I just spontaneously recently was telling the women in there, let's start telling our stories in here and practice telling your story. Okay. So, as we know, storytelling is very powerful. It's how we communicate ideas, it's how you can take your specific story and actually communicate the expertise, the tools, the tips that you're here to share and create a really powerful impact in people's lives. If you're just sharing tools and you're not backing it with any kind of story or case study or something that paints a picture of what you're talking about, the information isn't powerfully received. So I was in the membership and I was just saying, let's have fun and like get in the sandbox and play. And here in this safe container, let's get a little bit outrageous with what we share and just share a defining moment in your life that changed you, that you learned something from. And then we're going to come in, you're going to share it, and we're going to all give you feedback around what popped, what really you wanted to learn more about, and people are going to share with you to help you refine your story. The thing that I didn't expect that happened that really has blown my mind is that people in the membership who were not sharing, were not visible, have wanted to be for a long time, and some who were already sharing, but suddenly had a massive confidence upgrade, is storytelling has changed these women's lives. The reason I'm in here right now is just now in Confident and Visible Empath and our spotlight coaching and the membership, one of the women just looks so incredibly different. And I was like, what is going on with you? You are shining, you are radiating. And she's like, oh, I started using makeup. I'm like, no, no, no. This isn't makeup. This isn't like upping your makeup game. This is an inner radiance. What's going on? And she's like, well, I wrote my story and I'm sharing it today. And writing my story changed my life, completely changed my life. She's like, I've never actually told my story from my perspective, not everyone else's perspectives, and what I should say, what's the right thing to be, politically correct, etc. She tells her story, and first of all, we were all great. There was like no feedback to give because it was so incredibly potent and powerful. She's not the first one for this to happen to. Woman after woman after woman in the membership. And I didn't anticipate this. It was just let's have fun and tell our stories in the membership in safe space and have a confidence boost. I thought it would be a general confidence boost, not life changing transformation. Like, hello, world, here I am. I am ready. This is my time. I have something to share. I have value. I know my worth. I'm so excited. People need this. When prior they were like, yeah, I really want to be visible. It'll happen eventually. I'm just kind of absorbing what everyone's saying. And then it's like light switch to this is my mission. I'm here. I'm ready. Let's go. So the reason I'm sharing this with you is I can't keep this a secret. If you take the time, the treasure tool today is to get out a sheet of paper and ask yourself the question, when in your life did you have a transformational moment in time, a defining moment in your life where it was likely painful, it was likely challenging or not, but something radically changed? Usually that involves pain, discomfort. And in that, you had a massive discovery, a learning, an experience where you went from rock bottom, maybe, or somewhere in a very challenging place, to a heightened experience, to a realization, to a learning, to a shift. It may not, it usually doesn't happen immediately, sometimes it does, but it led you on a path that changed your life for the better. And without any polishing, editing, even grammar, just get it all out onto the page for your own soul expression. This is playing in the sandbox. This isn't perfectionism. This is play. And then really identify what were the tools, what were the practices, what helped you through that experience, and turn it over to the audience. I'm not going to get into too much detail here. What I suggest, I have a beautiful gift for you called Using Your Story to Help Others. So you can go to thediamondprocess.com/story, thediamondprocess.com/story. I'll put a link below as well. And you will be able to download a free class I have that guides you into telling your story super, super powerfully. But for now, I just want to say to you that if you have been sitting on the sidelines watching other people, when you know you have something you want to share, you know it could help people, you want to grow a business, you want a freedom-based lifestyle, instead of this weight on your shoulders and overthinking this huge vision, just start today with lighting a candle, taking a moment, getting a cup of tea or something, or sitting out in nature, and just tell the story for your own discovery. What I have found in these women is what happens is they have a massive breakthrough because they realize the value that they are sitting on. They realize, wow, I have been through some things, and I know there are other people who are struggling with this, and I can help them. My story is proof. I have lived experience. I have hard-won lessons to share. Your expertise is what will boost your self-esteem, and your expertise is embedded in your story. So I just want to share this with you because it's been really unexpected. Just the power, don't take my words for it, just explore. And I'm so incredibly inspired by these women in the membership. I'm just absolutely blown away. And I want to share this one thing as well. If you feel invisible, if you feel irrelevant, recently I was sitting with a mentor of mine, not recently, actually, a few months back, and she was telling me this story about she's a really powerful leader. She's actually an acupuncturist who helps other acupuncturists. She teaches them how to be amazing healers, acupuncturists. And when she was a girl, she had really bright, flaming red hair, like curly red hair, gorgeous, stood out in the room. She was always like just stood out, she was like, wow. Like you look at her and you're just like, wow. And then as she got older and her hair turned white and she went through menopause, and she remembers one day stepping out of her house to go for a walk by the marina. And she's walking, and literally at least three people bumped into her. They just knocked right into her. They didn't even see her. And she realized that with her hair being white and she was no longer this, younger woman, she had become invisible. She felt irrelevant. And she had a choice in that moment to either fall and drift into nothingness, which is not so bad on a spiritual level. But when we're talking about visibility, no bueno, like to actually fall into irrelevance and just, her demise, or she can make a choice inside energetically that she is visible, that she is magnetic, that she is relevant, that she has value. How does she do this? It was a choice internally that she made to tap into her power, into her wisdom, into her expertise, into the value she's here to give, into her own love, acceptance, joy, appreciation, creativity, and to come into the world from this energetic. If you have been in this place of, I'm getting older, or I'm irrelevant, or I'm not enough, or whatever you might feel, you're too young, you're not there yet, whatever it is, your visibility depends on your energy. And I'm sharing this part of the story with you so that you know that you have the power to flip the switch. Okay, start with your story. Just start here. Start with what I've shared so far. And I encourage you to really sift through and ask yourself, what is something valuable in my story that has helped me so much that it actually could help somebody else? And by sitting on this and sitting on the sidelines and going into this narrative of me, and oh my God, am I invisible? Am I irrelevant? Are people going to judge me? All of this, which I have a lot of videos on this channel around how to overcome other people's judgments of you, which is some of your favorite videos I've noticed. To actually get out of that narrative using the tools, it requires work and it's powerful. For some of you, it might be a light switch by simply saying, I've got something to give to others. And instead of looking at what is this going to bring me, think about how can this help somebody in my shoes back then. And an entire world starts to open up, okay? An entire world opens up when you're willing to unearth the value that is inside of you and to own your magnificence and to realize that you have something special. There's only one of you, and you have something special to share, and people need it from you. And it starts with your story. And if you want support with that, grab my free workshop. I'm so excited to share it with you. thediamondprocess.com/story. You can watch it there or simply start with what I shared in this video. If you got something from this video, if you are choosing to confidently be visible, if you know inside that you have something that you want to share, that you are here to share with others, give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, you can hit the subscribe button. And I am so excited. I have huge, amazing content coming. I have been a bit on the sidelines myself in the back because I am creating something really powerful, which I will share soon. And I'm going to be sharing a lot of valuable content with you. So if you want to be visible, you want to embody more confidence as you share your gifts in the world, as you live a life helping others and creating your dream life, doing what you love, you can subscribe, you can like this video, and I will see you in the next video. Just remember, what you have within you, the message inside of you is medicine. You didn't live through what you have lived through just to sit on that. Sharing it is part of why you're here. And that's why you've stumbled upon my videos or you've been watching them for a while. And I love helping you with this. So I will see you in the next video. And here's to shining your light and knowing that this truly is your time to shine.